When people hear the phrase AI audit, they often assume it only applies to a narrow set of businesses, usually technology heavy, data rich, or those that are operating on a large scale. Well, in practice, the opposite is actually often true. The businesses that benefit most from an AI audit are not defined by their industry, they're defined by how their operations actually work day to day. In this video, I want to explain the operating patterns that tend to make an AI audit worthwhile, not just as a theoretical exercise, but as a practical starting point for sensible AI adoption and getting all the benefits that AI can provide. So if you recognize that your business is in one of these patterns that I'm going to discuss, an audit is often reasonable and a good next step. And if you don't, well, that's useful for you as well. So what an AI audit is, I just want to briefly recap on that. That is not a technology review. It's not a list of tools, and it's not a commitment to buy anything. Basically, an AI audit is like an examination of the workflows through the business. It looks at where coordination, handoffs, and follow-ups occur. And it looks at where effort is being spent that doesn't directly improve outcomes. From there, it identifies where AI can be sensibly applied, prioritizes opportunities, and helps decide what, if anything, should be implemented first. Now, normally, if you fit in one of the categories I'm going to discuss, you'll go beyond the audit to implementation. But this is just a general guide what I'm going to give you. So firstly, let's look at admin-heavy operating environments. So one of the strongest indicators an AI audit is likely to be useful is administrative intensity. This typically shows up in staff spending large portions of their time handling email, or in data entry across multiple systems that aren't connected, or in document preparation, or in manual reconciliation between tools. Perhaps copying from Excel into Word or something like that. In many businesses, admin work grows gradually. Each new requirement feels small, but over time it becomes a significant operational cost. So an AI audit helps by mapping where admin effort is concentrated, distinguishes between necessary checks and avoidable repetition, and identifies where assistance or automation could reduce load, but without increasing risk. Now, where there's multi-step handoffs and coordination, AI is another good fit. This includes workflows where information moves between roles, where approvals are required at several points, or tasks stall while waiting for inputs from others. Now, these environments often feel busy rather than broken. Work gets done, but with more coordination than feels ideal. An AI audit just doesn't attempt to remove human judgment. Instead, it looks for how information is prepared, how handoffs are triggered, and where reminders, checks, or summaries could cut friction. Now, where there's recurring customer communications, they can often benefit disproportionately from an AI audit. This includes appointment reminders, quoting follow-ups, onboarding messages, service updates, or compliance-related notices. These communications are usually important, but not individually complex. The challenge is volume and consistency. An AI audit will help clarify which communications genuinely need human input, which can be prepared and supported systematically, and where delays or omissions create downstream issues. One more area is in quoting, scheduling, and rescheduling, and dealing with the complexity of that. So if your business involves a lot of quoting or scheduling, and particularly where things change, an AI audit can be often valuable. Common signals will include quotes that require multiple inputs, schedules that change frequently, or manual rework when circumstances shift. In these cases, AI is not used to decide outcomes. It is used to prepare information faster, highlight conflicts or gaps, and reduce the effort required to keep plans current. Now, the AI audit stage is important here because poorly implemented sequence automation can increase complexity rather than reduce it. So you want to kind of analyze and plan it well before you jump in. Another area is compliance, record keeping, and traceability. Businesses with compliance or record keeping obligations can be a really good fit. This includes environments where documentation must be retained, actions need to be traceable, or decisions must be defendable after the fact. AI can assist with organising the information, preparing summaries, and supporting review processes. An AI audit will ensure that any proposed use respects data sensitivity and privacy, access controls, and governance requirements. This is one of the areas where judgment really matters a lot. Now, let's now look at what matters more than the actual industry. Across all these examples, there's a pattern that's consistent. The question is not really what industry are you in? The question is, how does work actually move through your business? Two businesses in different sectors can benefit equally from an AI audit if the operating patterns are similar. And that's why 80/20 green deliberately avoids vertical promises and instead focuses on operating profiles. So when might an AI audit not be the right step? So if a business has very simple workflows, has minimal coordination, and very low admin overhead, then the value of an AI audit may be limited. It's not a failure. It's simply meaning that AI is probably not a priority right now. So a good audit process should surface this conclusion as clearly as any other opportunity. So it should be saying, well, it's not going to work for you here, but it could work for you here. So what happens next? If these patterns sound familiar, the next step is not to commit to build a particular AI solution. The next step is usually a short conversation to clarify whether an AI audit is appropriate, what scope would be sensible for the audit, and what outcomes would be actually useful. And that's the purpose of a 15-minute call that we offer you. So an AI audit is most valuable when it's treated as a decision-making tool, not a technology initiative. For the right operating profile, it brings clarity to the business. And for others, it provides reassurance that nothing